Lay. What's up? Yeah.
Kahne is in the building.
Yeah! Alright, already the show goes on all night.
It's a little nicer.
Next!
And this is the reinvented Camry with available streaming music, a newly refined interior, and a class-leading MPG from Toyota. One light still shines, one time, one more dance with me.
To go in Concord, North Carolina, northeast of Charlotte, where Kasey Kahne is trying to win his first race as a member of Hendrick Motorsports. Tuesday night at the 200th win celebration, all the drivers were brought on stage who had won races for Rick Hendrick as part of that 200. And after that, Kasey Kahne was brought out on stage and introduced. And I think it probably, Darrell, just made him a little hungrier to be a part of that club of winning drivers for Rick Hendrick that were represented there Tuesday night.
Yeah, it's a tradition. And this 5 car, I mean, this is the car that they started with. This was Papa Joe's car. And this was the car that Jeff Bodine, the car number that Jeff Bodine won the first race in. So this is like the family car.
Kahne trying to become the 16th different driver to win in the Sprint Cup Series for the man that was on the right of your screen. Car dealer Rick Hendrick.
Listen to this. They have 248 total wins. Rick Hendrick does 14 championships, 200 Cup wins, 6 Daytonas, 7 Brickyards, 10 Southern 500s, 7 All-Star races, and 8 drivers got their first win driving for Hendrick Motorsports.
Let's go back to Jimmie Johnson's pit stop. He's had so much success at this racetrack. And did this stop just take him out of contention? What went wrong and why?
Here we come, fellas, to road speed. 2 tires, 2. Turn away. Tuck him up. Turn in. Nice smooth. Get her pulse. Be ready. Here we go. Stop.
Man.
Obviously, Chad Canal said on the radio where everyone can hear it, 2 tires. But Jimmie Johnson's cue to go is the drop of the jack. The jack man has to make sure that gas man has it full of fuel and that he has disengaged that fuel can.
But it all goes bad. The tire guy falls, and the right front tire's there, the gas man doubles. I don't think I've ever seen a pit stop quite that messed up.
If the cue is the drop of the jack, then the jack came down too soon. If the cue is the crew chief telling the driver to go, that also happened too soon because the front tire carrier got tangled up in the air hose trying to get that tire back around the pit wall.
But every situation that I was a part of, the cue for the driver to lead, unless you're just doing fuel only, is the drop of the jack.
These 2 guys right here are battling now for the lucky dog spot.
Instead of racing for the win, Jimmie Johnson trying to battle Matt Kenseth to be the first car a lap down if there is one more caution.
And even though we had a lot of laps to go, I don't disagree with Jimmie Johnson and Chad Canals rolling the dice and going for 2. I think they felt like that may be the only way they could beat Kasey Kahne, Denny Hamlin, and those drivers up there.
I did like that call. I just did not like that pit stop.
Greg Biffle has led over 200 laps tonight. He finds himself in 4th place. We've had 31 lead changes among 11 drivers, with Kasey Kahne now out front of Denny Hamlin. 5 caution flags, 4 for debris and 1 for contact. That was Travis Kvapil up and into the wall at lap 169. 23 laps of caution tonight. A lot of green flag runs and green flag pit stops. And more errors than usual. as we run this extra 100 miles deep into the night. And this race is 600 miles because when Curtis Turner, star driver and lumberman, and Bruton Smith, his general manager, built the racetrack, they knew to get any attention from Indianapolis, their race would have to be bigger. They couldn't make it bigger, so they made it 100 miles longer. The first 600 wasn't even run Memorial Day weekend. The track wasn't ready. It hadn't been paved. It was raced in June. 3 top drivers got disqualified. Jimmie Johnson got the win. And here we are at the 53rd running of what's now the Coca-Cola 600.
And Mike, I'm getting a report that Kasey Kahne is starting to complain about his car, starting to get really, really loose. And Denny Hamlin is chasing him down.
Yeah, that black dot that was in his rearview mirror is now the big black car of Denny Hamlin. You're right with Denny. He's been nipping away the last few laps.
Green flag stops for Trevor Bayne, Juan Pablo Montoya, and Paul Menard.
Remember what happened at Kansas, guys? Martin Truex dominated the race. Looked like he had the thing wrapped up. Denny Hamlin and that team on the final adjustment got his car right, and he came and found Martin Truex Jr., passed him and won the race. Looks a whole lot like that right now, doesn't it?
It does, because he is closing in a high. I mean, he picked up 2/10 that last lap by on Kasey Kahne.
But Mike, you talked about Greg Biffle and the 16 back and forth. I just think that they maybe didn't do the best job of keeping up with the changes that this racetrack went through. We talked about that at the top of the show.
Right, change is going to come. If your car is right at the start of the day, that's fine for them. It's not going to be fine for later.
Kasey Kahne might be a little bit loose, but he's still got the move off turn 2. I can tell you that. That thing will scoot.
Joe Gibbs Racing has never won the Coca-Cola 600. Denny Hamlin is trying to remedy that.
Refresh your home this spring with Lowe's Creative Ideas magazine. Inspiration on every page. Now available free for iPad on the App Store. Lowe's, never stop improving.
Bright out here today, guys. You know, they say that the hand is quicker than the eye. So I want you guys to try. Show's over here, guys.
My fully maxed meal.
Hands as quickly.
Came with a free drink.
Oh yeah? Check this out. Behold.
Kids off the max. KFC's fully maxed meal. 2 pieces of chicken, 2 sides, a biscuit, plus a free drink, and your chance to win one of 17,000 prizes. Today tastes so good.
It's the third tree to the left. I haven't had a line. Watch out for my wrists! But instead of downloading the video of my performance, you downloaded an app. I know. You're close to your data limit and had to choose. So my play lost out to a MicroStrategy app. I don't even know what that is. Or whatever it is, I hope you like it.
Why limit your iPhone? Switch to Sprint, the only network with truly unlimited data for your iPhone.
20 laps to go in Charlotte. Kasey Kahne leading. The NASCAR industry has launched NASCAR Unites in America. We salute. Unite the NASCAR industry and fans to celebrate America and support U.S. military members and their families. Go to NASCAR.com, Unite, for more information. Joe Gibbs Racing has not won the Coca-Cola 600 since their switch to Toyota. They won in 1995 with Bobby Labonte in a Chevrolet. In the top 5 and coming back after a pit road speeding penalty earlier is the Dodge of Brad Keselowski.
Motivational kind, you know? Like maybe some Metallica. Yeah, I don't do karaoke.
That's Flight of the Valkyries. It's not Metallica.
That's when you know you're in a long race when the spotter starts singing to you.
If he starts hearing a Metallica sound out of that car, that's not going to be good.
There's one thing I've been watching these lap times between Kahne and Hamlin. Kahne's car was loose. He was complaining about being a little loose, but if that fuel burns off, that car's going to tighten up. And his lap times have really improved over the last 7 or 8 laps.
Oh yeah, he beat Denny Hamlin that time by 0.4 of a second. Now that black 11 car has become a black dot again back there.
He's got he can get such an incredible run off of turn 2. That's where he makes the most time on anybody I've seen him run up against.
Well, something we hadn't mentioned, this is Kasey Kahne's 300th career start in Sprint Cup here tonight.
Kahne up by 2.2 seconds on Denny Hamlin. Next week, the Monster Mile, Dover, Delaware. NASCAR on Fox Sunday afternoon coverage. Our pole sitter, Eric Almirola, in his first Coca-Cola 600, driving for Richard Petty. Eric's 2 laps down the Air Force car and will extend the string of Cup races without the full winner going to victory lane to 29. That will tie the record set in 1989 and 80. Meanwhile, Danica Patrick, who gave up IndyCar racing and the 500 to run a full season of nationwide racing and about 10 Sprint Cup races, the toughest ones they could pick. And here she is a couple of laps ago.
That was a great save. That car could have easily have been backed up in the fence, but she hasn't had a real fun night.
No, but the right side of that car looks pretty clean, Darrell. She's 30th. She's 5 laps down. But her goal is to run all the laps and finish. With 14 laps to go, looks like she'll be running at the finish. There's Denny Hamlin, 2.5 seconds back to Kasey Kahne now, but a 0.5 tenth quicker last lap on the stopwatch than the leader.
But you know what, Darlington, 2 weeks ago, she ran the Saturday race, or the Friday night race and the Saturday race, ran all the laps, or finished both races, was 6 laps down in the Saturday night race, but the same thing tonight, 5 or 6 laps down, but she's run all the, she's finished the race.
Grace Biffle, our points leader in the 16 car, led so many laps tonight, sitting back there in the 4th position right now. Brad Keselowski in the 2 top 5, remember, had that pit road speeding penalty all the way back on the first caution at lap 111.
Just outside the top 5, Dale Earnhardt Jr. led the white flag lap here last year. You're probably, if you're a Junior fan, as tired of hearing that as he is. Came so close to winning it. And Kevin Harvick, who closed it out on Earnhardt last May here in Charlotte. He is 7th, 20 seconds behind the leader. Jeff Gordon has rebounded. He was a lap down at one point. He's in 8th place, 22 seconds back. And the last lead lap car has also come back from being a lap down tonight, and that is Carl Edwards in the 99.
I don't want to jinx Jeff Gordon in that 24 car, but if he can close this night out here with 10 laps to go, that'll be his first top 20 finish in 5 races.
Wow. I never thought we'd say that, Larry. It's just been a really rough period of time for Jeff Gordon in that team. And it's not because it hadn't had the performance. It's just been bad luck.
Kasey Kahne started the season, you saw the graph earlier, couldn't do much right. Now he's had a string of top 10 finishes. Jeff Gordon's kind of gone the other way, had a great hard start of the season, but not the finishes to show for it. And now it looks like the Black Cat has walked across to the other side of the shop.
And look at that. Look at him in that car. Relaxed. He's not fighting the wheel. You think I look at Danica, we saw her earlier. He's relaxed, nice and smooth. Never has to move the wheel but one time. Just move it to the left, back in the gas, straight up off the corner. Nice ride.
you call holding a pretty wheel right there.
And he is still the fastest car on the racetrack. 30.36. Last time by Denny Hamlin's 30.64.
And quite honestly, it looks like it's on cruise control.
For Rick Hendrick, who waited months to go from victory 199 to 200, in the space of 2 weeks, he's won Darlington for that 200th win, and he won the Sprint All-Star race with Jimmie Johnson here last Saturday night, and then hitched a ride to Victory Lane.
I think he'd be all right with me telling you this, Mike, but he said that may be the dumbest thing he ever did. He said it's the most fun thing I ever did, because I love riding down through there waving at the fans. But he said, man, I could have fallen off.
He's now second on the all-time car owner win list to Petty Enterprises.
Well, he walked into Victory Circle at Darlington 2 weeks ago and grabbed Jimmy and hugged him and said, thanks for 200, now let's get 250. That's it.
For Kasey Kahne, it's let's get number one. Since joining Hendrick Motorsports at the start of this season, he is 6 laps away, and his lead continues to build on Denny Hamlin.
5 to go here. 5 goes. Stay focused here. Stay focused. 5 more.
Now 4+ seconds.
Yeah, he just needs to chill out. Got a nice lead. He'll be rather conservative these last 5 laps.
9 cars on the lead lap back through Carl Edwards, and only 3 cars a lap down. Matt Kenseth, Jimmie Johnson, Martin Truex.
But you were talking about Rick Hendrick. I don't think Rick will have a really sigh of relief until that car takes the checkered flag. When you think back to Martinsville just a few weeks ago when he had it look like a wrapped up 1, 2, 3 finish.
Yeah, he had the front row on what was to be the last restart. And Clint Boyer came down and cleaned off the whole front row. Ryan Newman won the race. 4 to go.
And Kasey, I mentioned earlier, he raced over at the dirt track on Friday night in the sprint cars, the race cars over there. Great show. Raced out here yesterday afternoon, 300 miles, had a good run. And then out here tonight, 600 miles. These guys, they're real athletes. Hey, here's a battle right here shaping up right at the end of the night.
7th place. Jeff Gordon, Kevin Harvick. Both lead lap cars.
And what do you think Jeff Gordon's saying? Where'd he come from?
Because we say that a lot about Kevin Harvick.
We say it all the time.
How about Montoya? They're just ahead of the leader, about to get lapped. Give Juan Montoya a lot of credit. He's won the Grand Prix of Monaco. He's won the Indianapolis 500, and he's the only driver in history to run both of those races and this one.
You know, I know you just mentioned that Rick Hendrick really wants to see the checkered flag, but with the lead that Kasey Kahne has, actually the real flag he's looking for is the next one he's going to see, because we know we've got a race with that white flag waving.
There it is.
Got plenty of room behind you. Plenty of room behind you.
Kahne is trying to join 2 NASCAR Hall of Famers who both won in their 300th career start. Double Cup champion Ned Jarrett and the 89 champion Rusty Wallace each won their 300th start. That's the number Kasey Kahne is on tonight.
Pretty nice celebration.
Around the turn to the front straightaway, the 13th career win for Kasey Kahne is the Coca-Cola 600.
Kahne was able tonight.
Great job tonight, guys. I'm proud of you guys on pit road, man. Y'all did a heck of a job, man. That was great. Great job, Kasey.
Kahne is the 16th different driver to win for Hendrick Motorsports. He gets his 4th Charlotte win in 17 starts and his 3rd in the Coca-Cola 600. He is the 9th different driver to win a Sprint Cup race this season. He beats Denny Hamlin by 4.3 seconds. Kyle Busch, Greg Biffle, Brett Keselowski, then Earnhardt, Harvick.
Great job, you and Kenny. Pit crew guys. Great job, man.
It's the voice of car owner Rick Hendrick. Hendrick, only the second woman ever to race in the Coca-Cola 600 after Janet Guthrie winds up 30th.
We've been talking about the turnaround of Kasey Kahne. Think about it, 6 races ago, 31st in points. Probably wish he could just start 2012 all over again.
And he did.
Yes, he did.
Kasey Kahne is headed to victory lane.
Today my journey brings me to Charlotte, North Carolina, where I spend the day with Geico driver Kasey Kahne. I told him the secret to saving money on car insurance. He told me the secret to his car setup. First, he adjusts his speed and a quarter cup of pineapple juice. Or was that the secret to his barbecue sauce?
Hey, secret sauce.
Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Man, we're door to door. I have the better car, fresher tires. I drove it in deep, and you missed it. I know you wanted to watch it, but you got throttled by your data plan, and it slowed you down. You hit your data limit, streaming all that techno music, didn't you? I mean, really? Man, you got some questionable taste in music.
Switch to Sprint, the only network with truly unlimited data. Castrol Edge is tested and perfected to be our strongest oil, no matter what you put it through. Castrol Edge. It's more than just oil, it's liquid engineering.
The stars shine brightest. Unbelievable.
Under the lights. Baseball Night in America is only on Fox.
The game's best. Take the stage in primetime. As Jeter leads the Yankees into a battle with Fielder and the Tigers. Or the Cubs take on the Giants. Baseball Night in America. Saturday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Only on Fox.
This NASCAR Sprint Cup season, you can follow your favorite drivers' every move with RaceView on NASCAR.com. Listen to strategies for all 43 drivers with live in-car audio.
122, bud, bring it back.
Watch every car from multiple viewpoints with exclusive virtual cameras you control. Follow all the action with the most real-time stats and telemetry anywhere. And go even deeper with the new RaceView 360 with more driver and pit stats than ever before. RaceView, only on NASCAR.com.
Research shows that over 99% of Americans are not at their ideal heart health.
Hey, Mikey, did you know exercise will lower your risk of heart disease?
Yes, DW, we look better than ever. Let's win this thing, boys. I've got to get to my regular checkup.
Mike, this is actually a pretty big race. I'm starting to get a little nervous.
Nervous?
You need to relax, Larry Max. Stress is bad for you.
Visit heart.org/Fox Sports for simple steps to a better, healthier life.
With Michael Waltrip, Chris Myers, and we welcome you to the Sprint Cup Series show live here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, the fastest Coca-Cola 600 ever, with an average speed of over 155 miles per hour. The old mark, 151. And celebrating from Charlotte, North Carolina, to the Pacific Northwest in Washington State as Kasey Kahne from Washington State. Your winner, Chris DeVota, is down there from the Sawbridge.
Coca-Cola 600 once in their career. Kasey Kahne, you have now won this race 3 times, but I have to imagine, as your car owner Rick Hendrick came over, first one to your car, I have to imagine this one feels a little different.
It feels really good. It's so special and awesome to drive for Rick and Linda Hendrick, and for them to make me part of their company. I mean, this is unbelievable to drive for Hendrick Motorsports and be part of everything they do there. Our Hendrick engine was awesome tonight, brand new car that so many people put a lot of effort into, and thanks to Quaker State and the durability of the oil, we went 600 miles, no problem, with tons of power. And Farmers Insurance, HendrickCars.com, Chevrolet, they've all been a huge part of our season, and it feels good to get a win tonight.
Kasey, the season started on such a down note for you. You said you never really got worked up about it, though, because you said you didn't feel like you'd come to your capability yet. You hadn't performed yet to your capability. Do you feel like you have now, and have the tides turned?
Well, we're gaining. I think that's like 7 top 10s in a row, counting the All-Star race, and so we're making big strides. I have the greatest teammates to work with, which is something that I've really looked forward to coming to Hendrick Motorsports and be able to learn from Jimmy and Jeff and Dale and see how they do things, and Chad Knaus and all their crew chiefs, Gustafson and Letarte. I mean, they're all awesome guys. And to learn from those guys, work with those guys, is all I really wanted to do.
Jimmie Johnson gave Rick Hendrick win number 200. Kasey Kahne, you just given him points win number 201. Congratulations, Kasey Kahne, a 3-time winner of the Coca-Cola 600. Matt?
Greg Biffle led 204 laps tonight, the 100, 200, 300, 400 mile mark. But Greg, what changed the tone of your night?
You know, when the speeds picked up and it cooled down, same thing at the All-Star race. We were pretty dang good. And then as the speeds picked up, our car was down a little bit harder on the nose, and it just slid the front end up the racetrack. And I was driving for all I was worth, but you know, 2 tires just kills our car too. We did 2 tires a couple times and lost track position big time. And unfortunately, it was toward the end. 1 stop before the end, we just couldn't recover track position-wise, and Kasey got good as the night fell, and we seemed to struggle a little bit.
In the 7 races that Greg Biffle's led laps in 2012, his average finish was 4th. That's where he finished tonight.
Thanks, Matt. Here's a look at tonight's 5-hour energy big move in the race. The pit stop that took Jimmie Johnson from contention. The jack drop, Johnson went, the fueler wasn't done, and the tire changer got tied up. That's the 5-hour energy big move of the race. Happy 70th birthday, Dick Berggren.
Jimmie Johnson finishes 11th tonight, but that's the 3rd penalty on pit road that's been harmful to your chances to win. Your crew doesn't usually make mistakes. What's happening?
No, we just, we had a couple little mistakes on pit road tonight, and the one late, it took us out of a chance for top 3 there, but it happens. Last week things couldn't have gone any better. Darlington, they went amazing, and then this week we had a few little issues. So these guys will work their tails off this week and make sure that we get those things corrected. We had a decent car, not the car that we had last week. This track changes a lot from week to week, but I still think we would have had a very fair showing with the Lowe's Chevrolet. But limit is what it is.
Win as a team, lose as a team.
See you next week. Thanks, Dick. Happy birthday to you and to Krista's dad, Dick Voda.
Yeah.
Daryl, have a look at the finish here.
Yeah, all 4 of the Hendrick cars in the top 11. You got a couple of Gibbs cars in the top 5 and 3 Roush cars in the top 10.
See, Matt Kenseth there in the 17, all 3 Roush cars in the top 10, but he was the first one a lap down.
Number of top talents, including Tony Stewart, struggled tonight. Came home with a 25th place finish. And Jamie McMurray, who been in charge early in the race. Really, we had 6 stages in the race, and 4 of those dominated by Greg Biffle. And then at the 500-mile mark, Kahne the lead and then finished it off at 600. And impressive when you think about Kasey Kahne's career. Began at a Ford. He's won in a Toyota, a Dodge, and now in a Chevy for Mr. 200, Rick Hendrick, or 201. And Denny Hamlin, second place finisher. Matt Hilton caught up with him.
Impressive run by Denny Hamlin in the 11 team, and Denny was second place finisher in the longest race. What do you take out of here the most positive for you and your team?
Well, this is our new 2012 cars. This is the first cars that Darian's really had his hand in and building, and it's definitely a step in the right direction with our teammates right there, second and third. So it's positive. We just need a little bit more of everything. We need a little bit more motor, a little bit more air, a little bit more mechanical, and we'll get there. But just use all my tires up trying to get to them. Driving with my eyes out and my hair on fire for 20 laps on that restart, trying to catch him. But he just had the superior car in the long run.
Denny Hamlin second here in Charlotte.
Thanks, Denny. We make a lot of NASCAR's longest, fastest night. That extra 100 miles and 600 miles made a big difference to Greg Biffle and Kasey Kahne.
Yeah, Biffle was dominant early, and we talked about the fact that if your car's good early, it might not be late. Kasey was steady early, but he wasn't fantastic. But as night fell and the speed picked up, his car was set up perfectly for those conditions.
And certainly pit stops had a lot to do with drivers like Jimmie Johnson, some others falling by the wayside. As Kasey Kahne, 4 different spotters this year in 12 races. He was spot on tonight, and we'll have more as we continue from Lowe's or Charlotte Motor Speedway.
This summer, say hola to the new Spanish language broadcast network for you. Mundo Fox, Americano como tú. The Master Chef judges get to taste America's best and all the rest.
Long wing, egg bouillon, wild boar ragu, bone marrow crostini, squirrel pie.
I am excited. Master Chef season premiere Monday, June 4th on Fox.
I see history.
I see numbers.
I see music. I see spaceships. I see a butterfly.
Each year, the School Advocates for Vision and Education in Memphis makes it possible for hundreds of school children to get the glasses they need, all for free.
I see my future.
So whatever they see better. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee supports them. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee is for Tennessee.
I see you.
See how Blue Cross is impacting your community at bcbst.com/impact.
When you ask for a price from your dealer, do you get it? You will at Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac of Murfreesboro. Once you've decided on a vehicle that fits your needs, we provide the manufacturer's invoice so we can intelligently settle on a price that's fair to everyone. It's a price in plain sight, and it's only at Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac of Murfreesboro. Come experience customer pricing that's open and straightforward from a dealership that makes your satisfaction our #1 priority. Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac of Murfreesboro.
Good meeting, JJ. Thanks for coming in from New York, New York. Sure. Jill, can you summarize the recap?
Just a minute.
Yeah, we started by beginning at 9 a.m. in the morning.
Hey, you guys hear? Fifth Third Bank has a card that combines credit and debit.
What?
No redundancy at all whatsoever?
One card does both.
This could ruin and destroy us. Tell me you're kidding. Or joking even.
I'm not kidding. Or joking even.
The Duo card, credit and debit in one. From the curious minds at Fifth Third Bank. You're watching NASCAR on Fox. Castrol Edge is tested and perfected to be our strongest oil, no matter what you put it through. Castrol Edge. It's more than just oil, it's liquid engineering.
So you two are gonna love this place. You know, for $20 you can each choose an entree from an incredibly limited menu and share an appetizer. It's like one bite that's gone, right? We love it.
I am not sharing an appetizer.
2 for $20 at Golden Corral is back. It's non-stop appetizers, salads, all-you-can-eat entrees, desserts, including the amazing chocolate wonderfall. It's unlimited deliciousness. It's the ultimate 2 for $20 dinner buffet, Monday through Thursday. Golden Corral. Help yourself to happiness.
It's time for the Polaris XP sales event. Sportsman XP, Ranger XP, Razor XP, 3 extreme machines, 1 extreme event. Get up to $1,000 in rebates and financing as low as 3.99% on select models from the world's best-selling power sports lineup. Deals this extreme won't last long. Get to your Polaris dealer for up to $1,000 in rebates and financing as low as 3.99%. Only during the Polaris XP sales event.
Aerial coverage provided by Goodyear from pit lane to victory lane. Every NASCAR driver counts on Goodyear tires. Goodyear, the official tire of NASCAR. Checking the points, the championship points for sprints. 1/3 of the way through the season, 12 races. Greg Biffle actually added a little bit to his points lead over Matt Kenseth. Tony Stewart, defending champ in NASCAR, fell back a couple of spots.
Yeah, he struggled tonight for sure. You know, because when you leave Charlotte, 8 of the top 10 guys in points usually make the chase. So you got to feel pretty good if you're one of the top 5 or 6 guys in points right now about being in the chase for the championship.
Kasey Kahne, tonight's winner, 15th in points, gained 16 positions over the last 6 races. He has been the hot driver. So summing up those drivers in the top 10, guys like Dale Earnhardt Jr. have yet to win. Jeff Gordon certainly, it looked like for a moment tonight he might flash struggle.
Well, and you know, he can focus on Brad Keselowski, because Keselowski was 24th in the points when he came to Charlotte last year, went on a roll, made the chase. Jeff Gordon needs something like that to happen, and tonight might be the catalyst for that. He had a good finish, a solid night. We're going to go on down the road, hopefully he can get some wins and get in the chase. He can't miss the chase, can he?
No, he can't. And speaking of race teams, I mean, Hendrick Motorsports, whether it's a Kasey Kahne or a Jimmie Johnson, we know Jeff Gordon's had his problems, they seem like they have hit their stride.
I I talked to Jimmie Johnson, and I talked to Kasey Kahne the other night after the All-Star race, and I said, Kasey, you drove the most amazing race in the All-Star race. He was sideways. He was just going as hard as he could. He said, Mike, I love these cars, and I want to win so bad for this organization, and he was able to pull it off tonight.
Kasey Kahne had to wait a while to get to Hendrick Motorsports and finally gets the win for Rick Hendrick. Next on Fox, continuing this Memorial Day weekend, the late local news, so check listings in your area. Next Saturday night, as we continue baseball night in America. Among the headline games, the Yankees and the Tigers. Some will see the Cubs and Giants. Other games, note the start time, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. Next Sunday, over in Dover for NASCAR coverage. We hope you join us, 12:30 Eastern time from the Monster Mile. Matt Kenseth put on a good finish there last year. And next on Speed, Victory Lane for continuing race coverage from Charlotte. You can tune into Victory Lane on Speed and for everything that is NASCAR. So Kasey Kahne wins the Coke 600, capping the triple header. Dario Franchitti for car owner Chip Ganassi wins the Indy 500, and Mark Webber of Australia, the Monaco Grand Prix. For our entire crew, I'm Chris Myers. We thank you for being a part of NASCAR on Fox. And at the start of the broadcast this evening, we honor members of the armed forces who made the ultimate sacrifice. And 600 miles and Victory Lane later, we complete our broadcast. But in the days, weeks, and months ahead, we will never forget those who gave so much for the United States of America. We thank you for watching, for being a part of our program, and hope you enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend.
Can a sport change the way we think about air quality? Can it change the way we think about performance? Or even inspire pride in American ingenuity? After more than 1 million miles of racing with homegrown ethanol, we've reduced emissions by more than 20% while stepping up force. It's a game changer we're proud to be.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. On this battlefield, only one is victorious. The FedEx 400, next Sunday, only on Fox. We are one.
It's so big, we couldn't keep it all inside. Nissan's National Tent Event is back with up to $1,000 holiday bonus cash on top of existing offers. Now, save up to $3,650 on Altima or up to $2,500 on Nissan Rogue. Visit ChooseNissan.com. Test drive at your local Nissan dealer. These amazing deals and bonus cash absolutely end May 31st.
Boating in Tennessee, alcohol-free.
A message from your Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
That's Melissa. She's like my soulmate.
Okay, that's a photo of a server at Captain D's. And the ones before it, they were all of fish.
How embarrassing. I totally forgot the sides.
I'm gonna sit over there.
When you love seafood this much, it's gotta be D's, home of the $4.99 full meal deal, like our new double dozen shrimp, 24 crispy breaded shrimp with 2 regular size and hush puppies. For full meals at just $4.99, it's gotta be D's.
I got hush puppies.
What if there was always something good on? Xfinity On Demand has thousands of movies, TV shows, and more, 90% of them free. And Xfinity On Demand is also online, on multiple devices. Another part of your ultimate entertainment experience only from Xfinity. Satellite is nothing like this. Switch to Xfinity TV from Comcast for $29.99 a month for 6 months and get Xfinity Stream Picks free for 3 months. Plus, ask how you can get up to $250 back. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
It all happened when we started eating at Subway restaurants.
That's when I first developed a fat wallet.
The more we ate there, the more we saved. And the more we saved,
The better my wallet got.
Try a $5 daily special. Every day, get a different regular 6-inch sub, plus a drink and your choice of size for only $5. Come get yours today.
I try to keep it out of people's way, but it's hard.
it's just more of them to love.
I don't deserve you.
King of the Hill, weekdays at 5:30 on Fox 17. 2.5 Men, weeknights at 6 and 6:30 on Fox 17.
Next on Fox 17 News, a drowning in an